Good morning. I'm sitting here about to pour my coffee, and I start thinking about the human body, how it works, and all that, and how a lot of people just have no idea how it works to a very um, deep extent because we're taught in a very shallow manner. Let me grab something. So, in my experience, and from what I've learned, so both these things combined, I can tell you that when something is not going well in your body is going to either show you or tell you in some way. It does try to communicate with us, okay? So, and this is wonderful news if we speak its language, which we don't. But I've been learning its language, and it has been very helpful to me on my healing path that the Lord is bringing me through. So, for example, when my gallbladder was dying and it was failing on me, my body used to tell me all the time through different symptoms. Obviously, we're aware of symptoms that come with gallbladder disease, nausea, a lot of fullness in this area, um, things like that. But what they don't commonly tell you is that your body, your hands, will actually start to guard that area that's having trouble. So you may notice that you might walk around and be pressing on your abdomen over to the right, right below your rib cage, right where your gallbladder is located. And if you notice that you do this, pay attention before you pull your arms away. Pull attention to the main pressure point. So when I was doing it, my main pressure point was actually right here in my wrist, and it was directly over my gallbladder, applying pressure to it. Now, I don't guard my gallbladder anymore. I actually guard my pancreas pretty often. I'm not sure that it's my pancreas. That's what I used to kind of think is my pancreas. But my pressure point is actually more on my spleen. So that was kind of the latest thing we were discussing is putting it on the spleen. Now, I have a history of enlarged spleen that flares up every now and then because my immune system is incredibly sensitive. A lot of ours are, I think, just because we're in environments that activate it constantly throughout the day. And that causes a lot of our problems. So a lot of times I'll be walking around and still kind of doing this when I'm walking, and my pressure is actually right here in this part of my arm, applying pressure under my ribs, back where the tail end of my spleen circles around. So I am still working on not just the foods I eat, because we have gone to scratch from just about everything. I eat everything local except for like our pantry staples, our salt. Sometimes even our flour is local and I mill it myself. And our oils are not local. But I have not been able to switch us over to clean shampoos, conditioners, body washes, all those things. Deodorants. We are using aluminum-free deodorant, but that's another area in our home that I have to address. And I am very confident from what I've learned that whenever I can address all of these different things that are just activating my immune response throughout the day, if I can get those things out of my home, then me and my family can have much, much healthier bodies. So I just wanted to share that with you about how the body speaks to us. Another thing that the body does when you're low in nutrition is it will actually cause you to you'll crave the nutrition that your body needs. So, for example, again, back with my gallbladder, because this was one of the most intense cravings I had, I could not go a I couldn't go a single day without olives. So I was going through at least a couple jar of olives every single week because I didn't know it at the time, but the olives were a source of fat, and my body was in desperate, desperate need of fat. And so I was craving it because the gallbladder, that bile from the gallbladder helps you to digest your fats. And fats are so important for, I mean, your entire system, all the systems within your system. It's so important. That's the appropriate fuel for the human body is fat. It's what your brain needs to be healthy and function appropriately. There's so many reasons why we should be loading up on our healthy fats, not the omega-3s, omega-6s, things like that. We do want the omega-6s, just to make that clear. So pay attention to your body's cravings. Now, if you notice you're craving something that is a processed food, like ultra processed food, evaluate what is that? What is your body trying to get from that? Because it's more than likely just never been exposed to the real source of nutrition that it needs. So it's leading you to the faux source of nutrition that resembles it, the closest thing it can think of. So evaluate if it's an ultra processed food that you're craving. What do you think there is in that your body really, really wants in its natural form? Once you pinpoint that, start giving it to your body and then just watch how it thanks you. You guys have a blessed day. I hope that you find use of this information.